Hey guys, this is Neil, and I got this question asked of me on Quora about how do I acquire valuable backlinks? And that is sort of the the most asked question for all kinds of SEO because whether we like it or not, backlinks still dictate a large percentage of your ranking potential on the web these days. So, there are these answers that were already here. This guy's talking about article marketing using Magic Submitter. Chris here is talking about, creating remarkable content so people will link to you. That's the propagandist white hat message. Paul here is saying that he does studies and publishes data to get links. He reviews services and products to get reciprocal links, and finding broken links from other resource pages and grabbing, um, you know, getting the webmaster's attention to do those. Those are all valid methods. Again, um, a lot of work involved there, and kind of inconsistent, let's say. And then Daniel down here is also saying, create great stuff, people will link to you. So, the white hat message saying that, build it and they will come is sort of true. If you are in a market that um, has, a degree of virality to it and that, people are posting other content on, then that actually can work. It's hard to do, it's unreliable, but it does have the possibility of working. So the problem there is that, well, one, it's unreliable, and two, it doesn't work in all markets. Some markets are just not as shareable as others. So, that's always going to be an issue for a majority of people. And so, you know, I wanted to take a second and talk about actually what makes a backlink valuable. And as always, Moz did their own little study, and we've got Rand here with his handlebar mustache. And this was the nicest frame I could find because I don't know if you scroll through this thing, I don't know, it just all comes out as weird looking. But anyway, this one is about 20 attributes that influence a link's value, and he goes through them all. And I've made a little spreadsheet here as to what they are: anchor text, page rank, relevance, domain authority, location on page, internal versus external, quality of page's other links, editorial integrity, user engagement, follow versus no follow, source depth, text versus image links, the age of the link or the page, topical authority of the source, JavaScript versus HTML, or dynamic versus HTML would be a better term, spam signals, link velocity, author authority, positioning within the HTML, and prior links from the domain. And he goes ahead and scores them from 0 to 5, 5 being most important, 0 being doesn't matter at all. I broke them down a little bit further as far as whether they affect your SEO, whether they affect traffic reaching your site, and whether they affect the engagement of those users that would then click to your site. So what I wanted to do to focus on the value of a link is to take out all the stuff that doesn't matter. So that leaves us with anchor text, topic relevance for the page, domain authority, internal versus external, quality of page's other links, editorial integrity, user engagement, follow versus no follow, topical authority, and spam signals. So those are the factors, or at least most of the factors, that are going to affect a link's value. And it also varies depending on whether we're talking about SEO or whether we're talking about the users themselves generating traffic, generating engaged traffic. So, for example, the editorial integrity is not going to affect your SEO at all. If the site that's linking to you has other links that those users don't like, that does not really affect the link juice flowing from that site to your site. What it will affect is the engagement of those users, whether or not you're coming from, in their minds, a trusted source or not. So if we just want to focus on the SEO portion, we're talking about anchor text, we're talking about topic relevance on the page, domain authority, quality of other links on the page, follow versus no follow, topical authority of the source as a whole, and spam signals. So those are the criteria that we want to judge potential links on. So anchor text, what is that? So, that's the actual text that you're clicking on to reach the site. Exact match anchor text, is going to be a little bit more effective, but you also run the risk of running into over-optimization problems. So, a lot of people go with URL links or branded links or, long tail variations, that kind of thing. Relevance. So, relevance is in two places. One is here as to the page relevance. If you have an article about blue widgets linking to a site that sells blue widgets, that's very relevant. But then if that blue widget article is on a site about just everything, then the topical authority of the source is not going to be very high. Ideally, you want a related article or related page, excuse me, linking to your site, and that article is also on a domain that is largely about that market or niche that you are targeting. So if you are selling blue widgets, you get an article about blue widgets linking to you, and then that site is about widgets of all colors, then that would be a very congruent match in that link. Internal versus external, well, we're talking about external links, so that's really not going to be a factor here. Quality of the page's other links. You don't want them linking to spammy sources, so that would kind of drag down your own link equity. It'd be like getting a great house in a bad neighborhood kind of thing. Follow versus no follow. Follow is better. And then spam signals. You want to make sure that the site you're getting links from is not spamming all over the place, does not have super quality backlinks itself. And you can throw that into Mazda's toolbar. And well, their score isn't 100% accurate, but it's a good rule of thumb to follow. Anything 8 and above is going to be problematic. Below that, you're probably okay. So, back to the question though, how do you get these? Well, there is the white hat method that these guys are talking about, where you create something great and people link to it. If that's not working for you, then you do what everybody else does, which is to buy them. So there are plenty of vendors out there who sell links. Personally, I don't think the link rental model is a very good one, simply because you have no control, and you're going to be lowering automatically the relevance and the topical authority, and you're also going to be lowering the quality of the other links on the site. You will get a follow, you will get anchor text. Domain authority is kind of hit and miss depending, and spam signals is usually pretty bad. So the way to buy links that are going to be good is to actually build out additional sites. So then you can feed those smaller sites into yours. And they don't even have to be smaller. But when you own everything, you can control exactly every single factor on on this list, and including the traffic and the engagement factors. So that is what the big boys do. And I just want to show you a quick case study showing that exact thing. So a buddy of mine sent me this. This was Matthew Woodward's case study of a recovery for a site, and what they did was they built a 220 site PBN. And I actually know what site this is about, and I know for a fact that it did in fact work. So now they're getting 500,000 visits a month, and they're getting tons of social engagement, and there we go, 220 dieting, health, and nutrition related websites. And I can tell you, they measure with they have their domain metrics, PR, trust flow, citation flow, domain authority. That's talking about this guy, domain authority. And then they theme the content to be relevant. So we got relevance and we got topical authority. They made them all follow links, so they got that. Spam signals are probably kind of weak on, honestly. Anchor text, a lot of it was exact match, so they did that. And editorial integrity was none. User engagement was none because there's no traffic going to these sites. They were all external links. And so they hit all the important stuff as far as doing their SEO. Traffic and engagement came as a result of the SEO from the search engine result pages. So long and short of it, that's how it's done. So for all the guys out there talking about this guy, article link building, this is just crazy. This is like 2008 kind of stuff. But as far as those talking about build it and they will come, sure, if you're willing to wait. If not, take control of your own destiny and build your links.